Brilliant. Thank you, Riyadh Samda, Michael, Ahmed, Handy, Jason, and Maifa. Thank you very much for confirming. Right. So first of all, again, those of you who are here for the first time, welcome to our session. Please look at the screen. You should be able to see the agenda for the session. This is usually what we follow. Um, Now, for the last week, I really hope you guys have managed to make money. I do not want to see anyone losing money, right? Because exactly what market has done is what we have explained it to you. So those of you, it's not, again, it's not something that we brag about. It's something that we want you to learn from. Okay. That's why from time to time we go back and then show you something that you can actually go and then study that. Okay. That is exactly what we have mentioned in our YouTube session as well yesterday. And that is some more of that details we are going to show you today as well. So we predicted before the election results that that is going to happen. I did mention on Wednesday as well that again, Tesla is going up. All the stocks looks like they're pushing right up. That all shows to me that, Trump is going to win. And again, if you have managed to make money on that, you must have done well. Again, everything that we are saying to you is based on what we are reading from the charts. It's nothing that I believe is happening, okay? Because something that I believe is happening might not happen, but something that we are seeing in the chart is definitely going to happen, okay? So always believe in the charts. Never ever believe in anyone that is saying, because of that, that could happen. It's because of the charts that was showing me that this is going to happen. It was clear results for us. Okay. Now, before I head over to the geopolitics and the fundamental analysis, let's just have a look at what we have said on Sunday, just to remind and jog your memory, and then we can take it from there towards this week in itself, and then I can actually relate it what I'm going to tell you about the geopolitics and the fundamental analysis. So it's pretty much just to jog your memory what I've said on the last Sunday and something about the Wednesday as well before we actually head over for this week, because it's a continuation of that. Okay. So I'm just gonna play that part rather than just playing everything. It's just gonna that DXY part. Okay. Please, I need a confirmation if somebody can hear this one very well, like I am. I'm actually sharing my screen as well as my sound for the PC, the technical analysis, and see what we have for this. Right. DXY. Now, as I've mentioned, currently what market has been doing, what I've seen last week, that I was waiting for the market to drop from here and give me a reaction somewhere nearby here. Okay. So what market did was it actually went very close to that, few pips shy of that, and then push right back up here. Now we have few structures in mind at the moment. Now again, if anyone wins and the market is keep going to the downside here at this level, you're going to see the reaction to the upside. Okay. Why? Because of this structure. That is a clear continuation pattern. We have got an impulse, you go a corrective structure, you need another impulse. Simple, basic model. Impulse, correction, impulse. We have an impulse, we will be completing this corrective structure, and at this point in time, market will need to give us the push to the upside to test this stop here. Now again, levels for this week, critical levels. If you're trading dollar, you need to have marked these levels on your charts. These are the three levels that I have in mind. Now, the first level, that if I'm buying, I need to see this level being tapped. If market does not tap this level and continue going to the upside here, at this level, I'll be looking for my sells. Okay. Now, at this level, if I got a buy setup, I need to see how fast the market is going to the upside. You might actually have a sharp drop here, and then the market start to consolidate before the general election results. Now, if that happens here, what I'll be doing is I'll be putting my trade at break even. Why? Because I've got one more drop here that might actually tap this and then push right back up after. Both the possibilities exist in this week. As I've said to you, 103.5, 102.5, and 105.3. These are the three levels. Guys, bear with me 1 second. Right. So that was the DXY. As I've said to you, these are the levels. I want you to focus on something here. I didn't say 105.5. I did say 105.3. Okay. Remember, these levels are extremely critical because when you're actually going and looking at the charts, you're going to see that. Look at this, what market has done here. So you have 105.5. And can you see that? It barely went towards 102.2. And on Wednesday, I said to you, it is going to go and tap 105.5, 105.3 and above. And then from that onwards, it will start to break down. Even though everything was bullish for dollar, we expected it to break down, right? So again, every single news pretty much is going and doing what we expected it to do before the news has happened. Why? Because the structure, like I said to you, it is pretty basic. You have impulse, you go correction, and then you got an impulse. Can you see the clear structure now here in front of you? Last week it was not clear. Now you have it clear, right? You have an impulse, you've got a correction, you are in this impulse. Now, the real question is it done? Now, this is what we are going to look into today, okay? Now, the next part is quickly, I won't waste too much time on this one. I just wanted to show you a glimpse of that. That's US 30. At that point, it was at 43,175. So let's call it 43,100. Okay. I said to you, it is heading towards 44,000, which is 1,000 points up. At this point in time, it was just moved 947. I said it's just started because there is a change of structure. You have to look for a push to the upside, tapping 44,000. Let's have a look at what market has done. Can you see what market has done here? It has pushed up towards 44,100, which is 1,000 points push to the upside. Again, it is all depending on what market is showing you. Remember, we would have actually looked for a sell if market would have given us a sell here. But because of the strong momentum here, I said to you, you need to look for another push to the upside. Had you looked for a sell here without our, coming to these sessions, you would have been stuck in there for the next 1,000 points. And it's not small, let me remind you that. 1,000 points in this is is hell a lot of pips, if you are trading this one. Those of you who trades the US 30, they would know what I'm talking about. This thing is quite sharp. When it goes, it really goes. You wouldn't even, realize that when your account will break with this momentum to the upside. Now, again, these are some things that I'm showing you just so you can learn from these things that market is not something that, you can have a guess once or twice. It is something that you need to understand in order to make consistent money. Yes, you might actually be making money here and there if you are just trading it and using your luck and gamble your money. That is not trading. That is purely gambling. For you to understand this, how the market works, and for you to predict all of this, you need a knowledge. And that is the knowledge what we are teaching you guys here. Okay. So please try and understand, invest on yourself. As I've said to you in the last week as well, commit to yourself that this is the next 2 months of this year that is pretty much going towards end of this year. 2025 is going to be hell of a year for all of us. Okay. Again, it could be for some, if you don't know and if you don't understand this market, you are going to lose a lot of money. I'm telling you in advance, before even the year is starting. But for those of you who understand this, 2025 is going to be the year of opportunities, which means we are going to get a lot of opportunities, especially in terms of these indices. If you get stuck in any of these indices from the top, let's, for example, I'll give you an example of gold here. Let's assume if somebody has actually bought it right at the top somewhere here. Now, if market will start to consolidate and break down from here, you're stuck because market is not going to go and break the top until we are going to go for a corrective structure, which I'll show you shortly anyway. Now, these are the things that you need to be aware of. And again, if you got an opportunity to sell from here, from the top here, you must be in a very, very good trade and market might never tap that, in this year. Now, again, this is something that I'm talking hypothetically at the moment. But once we go to the charts, I'll explain that to you what structure we are looking at in terms of the bigger picture today. Okay. So remind me if I forget that, please, when we go to the gold, remind me to go for a bigger picture because I need to show you what structures I'm expecting, what sort of timeline I'm expecting, and if gold is ready to go to the downside for a major pullback. Okay. And if that is a major pullback, what will be the levels where the market is going to be reacting? Okay. Now, that is most of the part that I've talked about is what we have said last week. Now, again, those of you who still don't, understand or are not convinced that, you can expect the market to do what you want it to do, news is merely the direction, merely the speed which actually you get while market is actually giving that news. The directions are always going to be specified by the structure, and that structure will never ever give you any consistent losses. The only time the structures will give you losses when you have a manipulation in the market. Now, that manipulation just means that instead of market giving you a three-wave structure here, you are going for a five-wave structure here. That could be the manipulation. And then eventually you will be going back up again once more. Okay. Again, I have many examples like that, that I can show you, even recent examples as well. Look at this one here. If you remember, we were looking for a buy setup from this level here, from this level for the silver. I did say that to you, it's going to go and tap this top. What market did, it went back up, came back down, just barely tapped the bottom, went back up. Did it change the structure? Not really. What it did, it was just merely a variation in that particular structure. So if anybody have actually gotten, luckily, they would be out with this huge momentum here. And then they will be expecting this market to keep continuing going downside here because of this sharp momentum. But if you do not know and understand these structures, you will never be able to capture something like this, or even something like this. Okay. So please try and understand that, invest on yourself. I beg you, if not with us, go with anyone else you consider them as being your mentor. Please go understand this before you put your hard-earned money into this business. Okay. There is a reason for it that 90% of people loses money in here. And again, if you want to be a 10% of those people who makes money out of this business, you need to understand this business in order to make consistent money. Again, we are focusing always on consistency here. Making money here and there is not a big deal. Anybody can do it. Even remember, if you flip a coin, you have a chance of 50% that you're going to be right. But with this market here, you still imagine that 90% still loses money, which means your luck does not play a role in here. Why? Because it's a rigged game. It's been rigged because of your brokers, and your brokers knows you're using their platform, you're using the money of your own, you're taking the liquidity from them by actually going for any price action. Again, that price action that you're seeing on your chart is shown by your broker. He can change it while you're sleeping. He can change the candles while you're sleeping. He can actually manipulate the market just to take you out by increasing the spread. So again, it's a rigged game. The only way for you to make money in this one from your broker, any broker you name it, is by showing your broker you are a big deal. You're not a novice trader. That's when they will provide and they will push your account towards the A book, which means you're going straight to the exchange. And that's when you will start to make money. Okay. Again, it's the process. It's not going to be something any broker you name it in the world, as soon as you sign up with them, they will be putting your account in a B book, which means they will be trading against you. But when you keep giving them losses consecutively, that's when your account becomes the red alert for them, and they will move your account towards the A book, which is again you're directly exchanging with the exchange, trading with the exchange. So again, to get there, you need to do a hard work. And that's what we want you to do. We are here to help you out. And again, most of the brokers are hating our traders because they know that, it's a loss-making traders for them. Okay? So please try and understand, push yourself in the year 2025. I want to make sure that every one of you who are attending our sessions makes money in the next year. In this year, the next 1.5 months, please try and, invest on yourself. Try and push yourself harder. Make your plans for the next year. And that's when you're going to target the big picture for the 2025. I had a call the other day with one of our traders. He was a little bit, sad that, he couldn't double his account in this year. So again, these sort of sadness is what our traders are having, that they cannot double the account just because they're shy of some, percentage. It's not that they're not making money. It's about they are actually having a targets to double their account. But if they couldn't, they're a bit sad. That's how you should be, because this business is all about reading like a book, all these trades that you're looking at in front of you. Okay. So please try and see that if you can do it from the, year, even from this week onwards, there's no harm. It's never too late. Please. Right. Going back to the geopolitics, as we all have seen, the Trump has won the US election. It will be a change of policies. It will be a change of dynamics for the US now. Again, to some people would actually argue this will be a good one. Some people would argue it's a bad one, right? Now, again, if you are just only on the optimistic side of things, you would be able to see this as a positive gesture. We already knew that this is going to happen. I was expecting the last minute some sort of a pullback from Democrats, but again, it was a smooth, because it probably would have been a lot of votes towards Trump that they couldn't do much anything anyway. Now, it will have an impact on certain markets. For instance, crypto. You must have been seeing that what market has been showing you here. We are almost hitting 80,000 for the BTC. This is the all-time high. And again, this is not just the all-time high yet. It's just started. Remember, we have shown you on the YouTube as well. This is the bull run started actually from this here, from 60,000. Now, it could be keep on pushing to the upside, as I've been telling you that 70,000 was the one that I gave it to you, that from there, market will tell us what's next. It gave us the corrective structure, which was a continuation pattern, which means it is pushing right back up. And I gave you the level again, 75 to 78,000 last Wednesday. Market tapped that as well, and still above that, it is not showing us any sign of, coming down, which means it's a good sign, right? So all of these coins that you can see here, they are pretty much in positive. It's about time we go for the bull run. And again, it's pretty much we are the verge of actually going ahead with that. And those of you who are already in the buys, you're in a good state. You do not need to worry about it. Now is the time you need to plan your exits. As soon as we hit the mid of January, we need to plan the exits. Because remember, many people would have been anticipating this move, that, when the Trump will come, it will be actually all the cryptocurrencies and all the blockchains, going up and up and up. But remember, nothing goes in one direction. At some point, somebody have to take profits, okay? And if market would do that, you do not want to get stuck in there, okay? Because this is the time when I'm saying to you, the next bull run, the things will be totally different. By then, we might not even have a chance as a consumer to go and buy the Bitcoin or buy the blockchain, because at that point, we might actually be restricted. Like, for instance, if you want to go and, let's say you plan that you wanted to go and buy the, the pound dollar, right, as being a blockchain behind it, they won't let you. Why? Because it's the Bank of England that holds the rights for it. Okay. So this could be something that will be coming in the future. So all I want you to understand is, if you're holding something, you want to actually take some partial profits along the way going forward. As soon as we hit December, I want you all to start taking the, the planning your exits for some of the coins. Not all of the coins, some of the coins. Like, for instance, if you are actually holding some, let's say, AVAX, XRP, ADA, Solana, all of these coins, Shiba, all of these coins, you need to plan some exits. You need to start taking some profits. Remember, since the beginning, no one has been taking profits, right? Why? Because everybody is thinking like, it needs to go up, it needs to go up. And now when it started to go up, the feelings that you've been holding, that I will be actually selling it at this level, market might not go to that level. But what you need to understand is, it has gone so down, and since then it has come up to that certain level. If you calculate that percentage should tell you, like, let's say if you have seen 3,000%, something has gone to the upside, but still you're not getting a break even because market has gone so down. You need to understand how much of a percentage that particular coin has come up. So that percentage should be your key, not your, your entry level. Okay, because that's never gonna work. So again, from the mid of December onwards, I want you all to actually have your exit strategy in place. And again, then I'll tell you where to dump that money when you take it out, the profit from there. Okay, because that's when we are gonna expect markets to plummet. Then we will enter into these markets and we inject our money into this. And then we play that all the way to the upside for the next few years. Okay. So again, crypto going up. We take our money when the market is in the mid December to the mid January. That 30 days is when, but I'll be here anyway. I'll let you know, when I'm taking out. Okay. But you need to keep planning in your head that, okay, if you have invested 20K, let's say, you need to take out 10K. You need to take out 5K. You need to take out 1K. At what points? At what time? At what level? Don't look at your entry. Look at what is the percentage from here to the here market has done already. Okay, that's what your judgment should be based on. Okay, now once you have done that, hold that money. I want you to hold that liquid cash until market drops here, which is going to happen, I'm telling you now. Okay, if we are right in the DXY going up, well, while the election was happening, while Feds has been happening, no, I'm not saying that I'm going to 100% be right all the time, or Alan will be 100% of the time always right. No one can. What we are working with is a high probability chances. What I'm trying to tell you here is I need this. As soon as I get this, that's where I'm entering. I will be happy to lose this one to the downside here if I don't get a chance, but I will not be happy if I lose this chance, because once market will go to the upside here, it will be making another all-time high. And that all-time high, as you can see here, market went down here. It not only just stopped here, it has been going up and up since then. Okay. So again, that will be our entry. The amount that we'll be making from these crypto coins will be injecting here. Now, not only will be just expecting market to go to the upside to take the top at that point, we will be expecting some passive income by the time market goes to the upside. Because remember, these US 30, NASDAQ, S&P, Russell, FTSE, DAX, all of them, they are actually giving you a dividends while they're going up or while they're going down even. Okay. So you need to understand that. Let's say if you injected 20K into this one out of your profit that you've been holding in the cryptos, once you inject into this one here, your 20K is not going to be 20K. Let's say by the time market comes back up here, you might actually be sitting on 21K. And that 1K is going to be your dividend profit on top of your capital gain here. Okay. Because market will be going to the upside. At the same time, you'll be making dividends. That is going to be our plan. Again, I'm only telling you what I will be doing, because the intention is for us all to make money together. Because remember, if there is the intention that I'm going to make money, trust me, there is no way that any one of you can be making money alone. This thing is always working when we are together. Okay, that is the main trick behind this market. And for us to build this community is for us to make sure that everyone at the same time makes money. Okay, now look, you must have seen that Elon Musk was basically, coming with Trump and openly actually telling everybody that, I'll give you million, I'll give you, X, Y, Z if you, come up. Or he was doing some sort of draw that, he was giving every week or every other day 1 million to one person, choosing from Trump's rallies. Why he was doing that? Do you think he was alone in this? So again, even if let's say he has invested 20 million in those, campaigns, in one day he actually got $21 billion worth of increment in his net worth. So this is how they make money. Why? Because they are together into this one. Why do you think most of the billionaires were supporting Trump? Because Elon was the part of that club, and Elon was basically telling them this is what's going to happen. He has built something that could actually tell him this is going to happen. Because remember, it's all about data. At the moment, the most expensive thing is not money, not Bitcoin, nothing else. It's your data. He has access to that. Why do you think he went to Twitter? Why do you think he's going towards, AI models? Because he's actually, let's look at one of his, made Tesla. You can look at Tesla and you can tell me if this car is not collecting your data. Even everything you're speaking from, anything that the time you're actually, taking the key with you or the time you get into the car, it's pretty much telling you and, feeding everything into it. Again, this is normal. Why he does that? Because he wants to make sure that, he gives you a better experience for the next products. It's all part of the plan. What I'm trying to tell you is the money is being together. It's not where he can actually make it alone. He would never be able to make it alone in 21 billion in one day. If he does that, it probably would be he's taking a bigger chances on something else. But again, I'm just saying to you, this is how you make money. 20 million against 21 billion. It takes so many lives to make 1 billion. So again, imagine a person actually making 21 billion in one day. And you could see that happening. This is where the money is. Let's build it together. That's the whole idea. Okay. So I want you to all to actually do your due diligence on your portfolio from now until the mid of December. Plan for it. If you are holding, let's say, Solana, at what point you think it's enough for you to take 20% out of that? At what point you want to take Cardano? Could it be that up above here? Could it be above here? It's your call. But if you think that you have made enough of that and you can actually make a lot of money in the other side of things, you should be able to do that. Diversify, not put all your eggs in one basket. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So let's plan towards that. Now, the second thing is gold correction. Again, all the investors at the moment, they're having, they are being optimistic that they will be going for, they will be going for the war, ceasefire for both the wars at the moment, right? It might well be the case. We never know until Trump's take over the office, and we'll know that then. Because remember, one thing is promising, and one thing is when you are sitting on those shoes, things gets different, right? They change, and when it changes, you will see that everything will change. Okay, you have seen that in just UK itself. So before the Labour government came through, they were planning and they were promising they are not going to increase the taxes. But now, as soon as they came into power, they increased the taxes. Why? Because they saw what they could see, like, from internally, that this is not going to work if we won't do that. So this is what I'm trying to say, that when he goes into the office, when he sees the real bigger picture, when he sees the ground reality of things from the closeness of that process, that's when he will decide what is really the beneficial thing for our economy, right? Now, if that would be the case, let's say if he sticks with what he says, you're going to see a gold getting a correction, a massive correction. Okay. I'll show you what sort of correction shortly when we go to the gold chart. Then DXY, it probably would be keep going to the upside short term. We'll know that anyway by the time market breaks 105.5 and zero point 0.8. That's when we'll know that in those 30 points, what market is going to really plan and do. Now, if you're looking for investing into any of the stocks or any of the coins, what should be the industry that you should be going for? It has to be artificial intelligence. Remember, as I've said to you, it's not small that Elon Musk is going to be the part of the cabinet of Trump, right? He is going to do some changes. And those changes are absolutely going to be in the favor of artificial intelligence. He has been actually going for some sort of amendments that it has to be regulated. Don't be surprised. We will see very, very soon that there will be regulations coming for the artificial intelligence. There will be regulations coming for the blockchain. There will be regulations coming for all of these, NFTs and now everything that you have been seeing that, everybody has been just using, without regulations. So it will be happening. So before that happens, remember, when something gets regulated, it becomes something big. For instance, we have seen Bitcoin. As soon as we got the ETF approved from that one, market has been just giving us some sort of a different structures, which means look at what happened to the gold here, right? So gold As soon as we go the ETF, that's what happened. Again, corrective structure that just solidifies that this is going to be a legitimate thing. Okay? Because back in the days, how the gold has been traded was just as a currency. But when it became the stock market instrument, it became through, through ETF, because that's when the big players started to actually show their trust onto something, and then that becomes like a norm in the the world we are living. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on this one. Again, as I've said to you, keep an eye on the artificial intelligence. The 2 to 3 stocks that I have an eye on, for the long term, I will shortly let you know, guys, as well, but I'm waiting for them to break down, then we'll be entering massively into them. Okay, so again, mid of December onwards, I'm expecting market to go for some sort of the plummet. It will be some sort of a drop coming very, very slowly. It will start, and then it will take the maturity in the early part of 2025. But that, I don't want any of you to think as a negative or a pessimistic thing. It will be an opportunity for all of us. This time, I want all of you who have missed the past drops and never took advantage of that, I want you to take advantage of this time. And we'll be doing it together. Okay? That's the thing. So far you have been with us. We have never told you anything that is going to be against you for a long term. Again, here and there, we might be wrong, but it will be only the short term. But eventually you will see that the market will go there, what we have given you, okay, from the past. And this time as well, we will be waiting for the right opportunity so we all can gather together and enter. Again, our target is for us all to make money in 2025. Okay, so from now until the start of the next year, we are going to plan how we are going to actually look what this Warren Buffett is doing at the moment. He's actually taking out his shares from Apple. He's taking out his shares from Intel. He's taking out his shares from Microsoft. He's taking out some of his shares from Tesla. Why? Because he's actually holding cash. Do you think he's a fool that he missed the rally of Tesla? He's a fool that he didn't know that Trump is going to win, because he is waiting for something. It's the right time. That's how he became so rich, and that's how he became billionaire, that he's waiting for that right time. He's always buying undervalued stuff and making them actually valued enough. That is his strategy since the beginning, right? So when he's doing something like that, and that aligns with what we are really seeing in the market, we should take advantage of that. Okay, that's what we will be planning, and let's get into it together. I gave you the heads up 2 months before, so please try and see if you can gather some cash till the end of this year, and then let's inject it together to make all of us some money. Okay, now that was the geopolitics and fundamental part. Let's look at the calendar for this week. Now, Monday, we are expecting New Zealand inflation expectation. That is quarter on quarter. We do not have any forecast as yet. Most likely, we are going to get some short-term strength from the New Zealand side, which means you're going to see some push to the upside for the New Zealand pairs, which is going to be, again, short-term. Again, the rest of the day, we probably would have a very low volatility in the market, because most of the European part and American part, we will be having the bank holiday. Then on Tuesday, we're expecting GBP claimant count. Again, we might be expecting some sort of a short-term push to the upside before we head over to the downside again. Then on Wednesday, we are expecting a wage price index quarter on quarter, which is, again, just barely the same. The forecast is slightly above, which might give some sort of a strength. If market has already given us some strength before this news here, we might be able to see that New Zealand will, Oz will get slightly weaker with this news. I'll show you the structure shortly when we go there. Now, the highlight of this week would be the CPI of dollar. Now, again, as you can see, that the numbers are pretty similar as the forecast and the actual. Now, if that would be the case, you're going to see some strength anyway. So I'll show you where you can expect market to give you some reaction. And once you get the reaction, you should be able to look for any opportunities in that. Thursday, we're expecting employment change and unemployment rate. Both of them, again, if market has not given us the push to the upside in Oz, you are going to get that push. So basically what I'm trying to say is we are going to get some short-term, strength for the Oz before we go for a weakness. And if that strength came before this news, then we are going to expect some weakness coming with this news. Then we will be heading towards the core PPI and PPI month on month with the unemployment claims. Again, any of these numbers does not have any forecast as yet. So we will be waiting for this one. So I'll get back to you on this one once we have the update on Wednesday. And then we'll be concluding the week with the GDP month on month from the GBP side. As of now, I do see GBP giving us a correction and then a push to the downside before markets start to give us an impulse to the upside. Again, by the end of this week, if there is any chances for the dollar to go to the downside, they will be after later part of this week, not the early part of this week. The early part, I'm expecting a quick down and quick up. And then we'll see for the later part if market is ready to give us a drop in the zones that I'll give it to you shortly. Okay. Now that is pretty much most of the fundamental part. Let's have a look at the structures and see what we have. But before we go to the charts, let me just quickly look at your messages because I don't want to be actually keeping it till the end and then we'll mess it up. Abdul Rahman, up till now I couldn't sign into the Slack since I changed credit card, though you said I should send a message to info at WeTradeWaves. Abdurrahman, it's info at wetradewaves.com. It's not info at wavetrade.com. Okay. So please make sure that you have typed it correctly. Because remember, if you are not sure what is the email address, always go back to our website. You should be able to see that easily there. When you click on the contact or just scroll down to the bottom, you should be able to see the email. Most of a question on AJ. I caught the high last week, Thursday, for the sell, targeting 97 area. That would complete my 300% for the year. Fantastic, Mustafa. Is my analysis right here at fundamentally? I'm not 100% sure. Now, AJ does look like it needs to give me one more break to the downside, which is what I'm seeing in most of these yen alternatives. So if I were you, I would stick to that. And again, once I go to the chart, you'll have a pretty decent idea what needs to be done. Chris, Bitcoin is reached 80K moment in has again, it's just the beginning. Deepak, the crypto fear and greed index is over 75. At what point do we take profit? I'm holding ETH. If you're holding ETH, you don't need to worry about it, Deepak. Keep holding on to it. At least this month, hold on to this one until Trump goes to the to the office. I believe it's 20th of this month. Until then, you need to wait because it's going to be a speculative moves which market is going to give us and keep pushing to the upside. Charles, hi T, can we go over Pepe on a bigger picture? Indeed, we can do that. Remind me, Charles, when I go to the requested charts demo. So in theory, we should be looking at investing in data centers and raw precious metals. You certainly can, indeed, demo. Now, because again, it will be eventually, you're pretty much investing into the artificial intelligence because they are the base centers of that. So yes, these are not going to be a bad investments in my point of view. But again, now is not the time because right now everything is at the top. I need this one to actually break down before we enter. But when we enter, that's where we enter. Okay, in these sort of stocks. Chris, hi T, last Wednesday S&P 500 has market gap, meaning there is a strong momentum to upside. Do you see big correction after reach 6,300 or even 6,500? Very, very soon we are going to see drop. Again, mid of December, I'm expecting markets to actually take the tumble. Joel, hi Professor T, I subscribe to beginner. Can I top up for pro? Yes, indeed, Joel, you can do that. You can certainly just look at your inside your dashboard. You can upgrade by clicking on the upgrade button inside your dashboard. It will automatically do the pro rata for you. And you can certainly go for it. Okay. Right. So that is pretty much most of your questions answered. And again, Mustafa, thank you very much, for your message. Again, I'm really, really happy to see that you are making 300% so far this year. Again, Mustafa is one of our students. I believe he's one of the new students as well. And this is what you need to be doing, guys. Okay. That's the real strength. That is the real skill that you want to take. It's not about making money this year, losing it all in the next month. That's not trading. That is merely that the market cycle was in your favor and you just kept making money. The real deal is when you keep making money every cycle of the market. Okay. This thing that I've just mentioned, you will not understand it now. You will understand it in the next 2 years once you have understood the concept. Okay. Because this is the main critical part. Every single trader in the world, they started to question their strategy, they started to question their concept just because the cycle has changed. All what you need to do is zoom out and look at it. That is the cure of this. Okay, without changing your strategy, without changing anything in your concept. Okay. Hi T, what target you see for ADA? I believe it is going to be for the ADA. Well, we'll let you know anyway shortly. I'm looking at this one going above this level here. Best case scenario, it will be 1.2 somewhere here, pretty much double than what it is at the moment. MD, I believe war is not going anywhere for the next 2 months. What's your view? That is correct, MD. It's not going to be, again, at the moment, the focus has shifted from the war to Trump. Okay. Now, again, it will fade away. That's the human nature. Because of the market, showing anything to do with the US election, everybody just forgot there's a war going on. It's just you're not being shown that by the main media at the moment. It is still going on. There's nothing changed so far. Okay. All what you need to understand is there is a shift of momentum at the moment. So you do not see that part. Soon enough, we'll know that what is really happening. Right, let's have a look at the technical part. Just bear with me. Let me just quickly drink some water so I can talk for the next 2 hours. Just give me 1 second, please. Right, thank you. Now, DXY. Let's have a look at the 4 hours chart. For the DXY, as I've said to you, this is not done yet. For me, I need to see this corrective structure here. One more push to the upside. It might actually tap this very, very close to the top, but it will need to come back down once more. Breaking this bottom here, very, very close to breaking this 104.5 will not be a bad idea to look for a reaction. And once market has gone to the upside from here, the next reaction is going to 105.8. Okay, that's the reaction window here. Now, remember, if it keeps pushing to the upside and break the top and then consolidates, it can keep pushing toward 0.8 zone here, which is somewhere very close to here, this zone. Okay. Now, if market would do that, again, for me, I would be looking for market to give me a reaction at this level. Now, this reaction means that you're expecting minimum as a corrective structure at this level. Minimum. Okay. Best case scenario, it could actually come back something like this for a slightly deeper drop here, which means it can go right back down to test this and precisely towards 103.5. But in all the cases, from this level, I'm waiting until market gives me a reaction somewhere around in this level. Again, this is very, very likely scenario that market keeps on pushing to the upside, breaks the stop here, then consolidate, coming back down in this sort of a messy reaction level here, coming back down, then push right back up, making some sort of a mess here. Okay, but you know where the reaction is going to be, and if market gives you that reaction in that level, you know what to do. You go for a majors, any of the majors, you look for a buy setup. Okay, now euro dollar. Now, euro dollar was expected to go to the upside. As you remember, we were expecting market to give us a reaction from 9.0 level. Market dropped, took this liquidity below this level here. And if you remember, I gave you the level last week that it's going to come back into this zone here. Okay. Now, as soon as market came into this zone, it went back up and then came right back down to the same level again, which is showing me that there is not enough momentum to the upside yet. So what we can expect market to do is do some sort of a structure like this, gives you this consolidation and break down once more. Now, if market breaks down once more, it is going to go and grab this liquidity below these levels here, these bottoms here, 1.0665, somewhere very close to this zone here, this one. Okay. Now, can you buy this one? I would not take that risk because of this momentum here, because of this momentum here for now. I'd rather wait for this one to go to the upside and then break down once more. And at this level, I'll be taking the risk for a buy. Okay. Because that's what if I want to take any risk, like in any of the majors from the current levels, Aussie dollar would be my choice. Because for me, Aussie dollar can do one more push to the upside, making something like this, tapping that, then break down hard. Okay. So again, if you were to choose any of the majors for the current level, Aussie dollar should be your choice, not the pound dollar or not the Aussie dollar, euro dollar. Now, for the pound dollar, again, we expected market to go to the upside, came back down here, tested the bottom. Then the way market is going to the upside here, it's going to make some more time here. Now, again, in this movement to the downside, somebody asked me, please, can you elaborate this one? So let me just take some time on this one, this part here. Now, this structure has become a slightly messier, okay? Now, the way market is moving to the downside here, as you can see, it is quite messed up like this. You have a small impulse here, you got this impulse here, then market drop to the downside. And behind this one, there is just this messy corrective structure here. You got all this corrective structure in the middle here, with this being a corrective structure, and then a slightly bigger one here, which became sort of a messy one here, and then market drop. Now, from this level here, what I need is this consolidation here. This consolidation can come right back down to test this bottom here, go back up, come back down, then go back up. It's going to take some time here, guys. Okay, let me just tell you this. Now, let me tell you where exactly you should be looking for a buy. Every time market comes in this zone above 30, and if it gives you a sell setup, take a sell. Every time market comes in this zone 278 below and gives you a buy, you take the buy. That they are the two levels where market is going to play around for at least until the mid of December. Okay, so every time you want to take the sell, come back, see which level is closer. Okay, so at this point in time, as you can see here, it's in the middle of these two levels. So I'm not really interested. Either it needs to come breaking this bottom, coming close to this level for me to look for a buy, or it needs to go back up to take the top, and then I can look for my sell. Okay, they are the only two levels. And if you're trading this one, that's the only two levels that you need to be marked on your charts. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, as I've said to you, this will be potentially taking some time here, going back up, coming back down, pushing back up, and then coming back down. It is also going to take some time here. All the majors, they need to give me some sort of a consolidation. It's mainly because if the majors in this month shows the seasonality that they are going to be a bullishness from the seasonality side, and at the same time we got this bullishness from the election results from the DXY side, that's why these structures are going to get messier, which means it's going to be sideways. Now, when I say messier, that does not mean you cannot make money out of it. Okay, I'll give you an example. Look at that. So every time since past 2 weeks, I've been saying to you guys, this is going to go to the upside. Every time market breaks its bottom, imagine if you have been just buying that. Market goes to the upside, you take profit 50, 70 pips, come back down into the same zone, you take the buy. Again, it's coming back to the same zone, you take the buy until market taps 84. So that's how you keep making money. Because when you know market where it's going to go, there's no way you can actually keep losing. You can just keep making money. In fact, I love these sort of trades when the market is giving me sideways movement. You can make a lot of money. Okay, because you don't need to worry about which direction market is going to go, because now what you have is the boundaries in this. These boundaries are where the limitation sits on, which means if it comes closer this one, I need to take my trade off if I'm a seller. If I'm actually looking for a buy and the market comes into this zone, that is my take profit zone. That's how you should be working, because again, you're in a sideways movement. You can make a lot of money from that. Okay. New Zealand dollar as well. This is going to be a corrective structure for me. This is not done yet as well. Even if it breaks down once more, even breaks the bottom, it will still be going back up before it comes back down. I need this to be slightly bigger. Because remember, if market wants to go down from here with this being a corrective structure, which is a messy one, still you'll get this. Okay. And that break to the downside at this point in time will never give you a buy setup. It means it will be a sharp impulse, and this sharpness will be a slight pull, breakdown, pull, breakdown, pull, breakdown. It's not going to give you a bigger one like this. Okay. If it start to give you something bigger here, this is not going to stop anywhere. It's going to go and test the stop once more. Okay. Dollar yen. Last week, we were expecting market to go to the upside, take the top, and then come back down, which is what market has done. So again, I really hope you guys taken this top and taken this sell as well. Both the structures was explained to you, and this was drawn to you as well before that. Now, this is the structure. That's what I'm after. Now, for me, if I'm going to look for my buys, it needs to be coming into this zone here. Okay, here. Once market comes below 152, and if you give your buys, you can take the buy. Remember, the push to the upside might not be sharp, might be looking something similar like very, very slow momentum to the upside. It does not need to go and break the top. It can barely just break this top here and then be done with it. Okay. So just warning in advance, do not anticipate this one to be a break of this top. All it needs to do is just break this top from this level, and that you can make money out of it. Once market is here, we need to see how fast this goes there. If it goes slowly, then you know what to do. You need to look for a sell setup and start to take some profits from there. Dollar Chief also, this has gone to the upside. Again, it was expected because this was a clear corrective structure for us for a push to the upside. Now, from this level here, it is not showing me a momentum to the downside. It is just a continuation pattern for one more push to the upside, and then we'll see. For again, if you're in the bias, keep moving stops. Do not close your trade as yet. It will be giving you a correction, push up, and then a break to the downside. Okay. Dollar CAD has been going good. Again, it tried to go to the top here, did take the top, came back down. If it consolidates here, that's your trade. Again, what I'm expecting is for this one to push up at least 100 pips from the current level. I'm not going to give you this as a trade of the week because this one might end up being a slightly bigger consolidation. And if it does that, I will have no chance to tell you before Wednesday. So that's why I'm giving you this one as being, if market gives you this, you take this. Put your stop loss here and trade this 1.40 somewhere here will be your take profit levels. Okay. EuroCAD. EuroCAD needs some more time here. This structure, I believe, will be going and breaking this bottom once more. Even if it goes to the upside, it will be just a consolidation, completing something like this for one more break. And somewhere around this level, 1.48, you should be looking for a buy setup. Euro Oz was expected to give us one break and then go to the upside. The break to the downside was quite sharp here. Now again, nothing has changed in terms of the structure. This is a slightly deeper pullback here. What I need from this one is a consolidation. If that happens here, that's your trade. It will be giving a tap of 165. So again, if market gives you this without breaking this bottom, even if it breaks the bottom, it will not last that long. It will barely just tap somewhere around here and then push right back up, because this movement to the downside here, if it breaks, it will just be a push to the upside, completing something like this, and then a break to the downside will happen after. Okay. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand also needs some more time now. The way market is consolidating, it will need some time here, doing something like this. And somewhere in this zone here below 149, you can start to look for your buy setups. That would need to go and tap this top once more. Euro GBP also has completed. As you remember, I've been drawing this one for you, that this is a consolidation here. That consolidation has completed and market gave you this impulse. That's your impulse correction, and impulse 5-wave structure. What you after now would be a pullback. It's not done yet for me. It will be giving you something like this. And then it will be breaking down once more. 82, close to that, will be your level for reaction. Euro yen also, we have expected market to give us a reaction from 66. It has broken down here. Now again, from this level, it might just end up being this 5-wave structure here for one more push up before market start to drop to the downside sharp. Now, again, if market wants to go down further, it will give you something slightly similar like this here, and then you will have a plenty of time to get out before market goes to the downside. Okay. Your achieve weight on this one. Again, if you want to buy this one, your alert should be somewhere below this. As soon as market breaks this, then only I'm interested. Otherwise, I'm waiting. Okay. Because remember, this is your structure that you should have in mind. For now, this is still intact. Again, you have an impulse. You got this. This is your messy corrected structure here. And now what market is doing is just a mess around here before it goes to the upside. Pound CAD is very, very similar as well. Again, it probably would give you one more push to the upside here, tapping the top. Once market has gone above 1.80, it can break down once more, testing this bottom. Okay. Pound yen also, this is pretty much getting ready for a corrective structure. This has few scenarios at the moment. Let me just draw some scenarios for you. One is that if this is your corrective structure and this is your corrective structure here, market will be pushing up to take the stop precisely towards 200 level. From that, we can expect a slightly deeper drop, something looking like this. Okay. Now, if that will not be the case and market gives you a slightly bigger consolidation here, goes towards 148.5 and then breakdown from here, this will just mean that this has started to become a slightly bigger consolidation here. Okay. And in this one here, this is just a pullback like this. Okay. Before one more up. Pound Chief has started to go to the upside. It has gone to the upside below this level here. So again, if you're in the buys, do not close your trade. It's going to do something like this and then push back up. 1.145 is where you should be taking profits. At the moment, it's 200 pips up that I can see that the market has to go. Pound odds is going to be your trade of this week. Again, I'll post the chart in your dashboard. Corrective structure, one more push to the upside is what I'm after. Again, best case scenario, it will be going to test the stop. Worst case scenario, it will be just barely going tapping the stop. Okay, but in all the cases, you make decent money. So again, wait for this and take this trade. Pound New Zealand, similar one for this one as well, but just because the way market is going here, there is a potential in this one to test the bottom once more before it goes to the upside to test the stop. Okay. So again, for this one, I'd be just very careful with this being a structure, taking the bottom and then pushing back up to take the top. So below this level, if I get a buy, it'll be ideal for me. Aussie Chief is going to be your second trade of the week. Again, corrective structure, something like this. Let the market finish this first. Okay, it might come very deep here, somewhere here. As long as market respects this bottom here, you're good to go to the upside to test this stop here. So again, if market do this, that's your trade. Put your stop loss somewhere below this. Aim for this to take the top. Aussie yen. Aussie yen, again, we expected market to give us this consolidation. Again, this was a clear structure anyway. This is your consolidation. This is your consolidation. Market has given you this, this, you got this, and now you're getting this. Pull back, one more break before it goes to the upside. Now, the question already somebody asked, can it go to 97 level? Very possible. It can. Because remember, this structure can become slightly bigger, which means there's a possibility of this one within this structure. We have something like this. If this is your impulse and that's your corrective structure and market has given you this, this can come right back down to this level before it goes back up. Now, when will you know this will happen? If market gives you this. If it goes above 101.5, 101, somewhere in this zone here, collectively, that's your trade. Then it will be going towards this zone here. I wouldn't aim for 97 as such. I would be aiming for something below this level here, 99 towards 98. This 100 pips is where market can reverse on you. Okay. Aussie CAD also pretty much getting ready for upside as well. It came back down very sharp before the market closed. All I need is this one to happen, and then that's my trade to the upside to test this stop here. Aussie New Zealand also was expected to go to the upside last week. It did go back up here. Now remember, there is a potential for this one to go for something like this here, for one more break to the downside before it goes to the upside. For me, again, as I've said to you, for all the New Zealand alternatives, once market has given me one more drop here, that would be likely and the ideal scenario for market to give us a buy. Okay, because that scenario will be eliminated then. New Zealand chief is similar as Aussie chief. Again, corrective structure. One more push to the upside, testing all these tops here would be a likely scenario. New Zealand yen was our trade of the week. Again, market tried to go to the upside slowly. I did say that to you at this point in time. If you want to get out or if you want to put it to break even, you can certainly do that because the way market is going is quite slow. That is why I said that to you. See that market has gone, taken the top and then came back down very, very sharp, even below the level of this. So again, if you have taken the trade off at that point or put it to break even, you still would have actually, the worst case scenario would have been either a small profit or a break even. Now, has it changed the structure? It hasn't changed the structure for me. Again, I'm just waiting for this one to finish this before market gives me this, because this altogether is a corrective structure. Okay. I have got an impulse. I will be getting another impulse. Don't forget to take that impulse. New Zealand CAD also another one. Again, market did try to go to the upside. It went very close to this one, 30, 40 pips shy from the target, which was somewhere above this level here. It came back down. It will be going to the upside. There is no question. As I've said to you, every time market is going to come back and break the bottom, you take that look for a buy here. As long as market is keep lurking around like this here, 84 will happen. Okay. And then we'll see what market has for us. For me, it is still intact for this one and then this one to the upside. I need this against this. CAD yen also, this needs some more time here. Pull back, one more break, let the market test this bottom here and further downside as well, somewhere in this zone would be ideal. Chief yen is your trade of the month. Started to break down. Again, if you're in the sells, do not close your trade. Pull back, one more break to the downside in this zone here. You should be looking for a buy setup. 172 below. At the moment, it's at 174, 200 pips. You can certainly make in the down wave before you look for a buy. So both the trades you can certainly take in this month. If you have been in the sell here, keep moving stops. As long as market is respecting this stop here, we are good to go to this 72. And then from this level, do not miss the push to the upside. And all of this can happen in this month. CAD Chief is also, again, put your target somewhere here, alert somewhere here, and look for your buy. 61.5 is where I'm expecting market to give me a reaction. Again, even if it goes to the upside, it will probably come back. I'm not interested in the buys until market taps this bottom for me. Okay. ZAR, dollar ZAR is consolidating at the moment. Again, this is a clear structure as of now. It can certainly become slightly messier if market does something like this without breaking this top here. If that happens, then it will be coming back down before it goes back up. But for now, anytime market gives me this, you should take this because there's a potential for this one to go and tap 18 level. Now, if market gives you a corrective structure here, you can certainly take this. Okay. As soon as market will come above somewhere here, 17.8, put it to break even and move your stop. Dollar Mexican, similar for this one as well. It needs to give me a corrective structure here and push right back up to tap 21 level. Now that was your Forex. Let's have a look at the commodities. Gold. As promised, let's have a look at the bigger picture of gold. Now you remember, we have shown you quite a few times here. I'm not going to go all the way back here. It doesn't make any sense. Let's just look at this piece here. Okay. So this is your corrective structure at the moment here. You got an impulse correction, and then this is your impulse. Now, remember what I'm after is this impulse to finish this one. Now, if we go back to the weekly chart here, all I'm waiting for the market to do is this. If this is your impulse, this is your correction, and this is the last impulse in this wave here, I need market to give me something like this now. Okay? And that could take time. And if that would happen, one more push to the upside, that could take us towards 3K, and then market will start this. This. As I've said to you, that could potentially be starting after the first quarter of next year. Now, until the first quarter has ended, we can keep looking for something like this. At this point in time, if we go to the daily chart, it does seem to me that there is a potential for the market to give me something like this. Okay, so if that happens and market has completed this 5-wave structure for you, what you are waiting for is this to happen. Now, question is, to where could that lead us to? What will be the levels for that? Now, the levels that I'm going to give it to you, that does not mean that it's going to happen in 1 day or 2 days or even 1 month. It could take a while. Okay. In this month, I'm expecting market to keep messing around here. Next month, this corrective structure will go back up because the seasonality is quite high next month. Then a break to the downside happens from January onwards. That could lead us towards February all the way. First reaction is going to be 2570 after this break. After the break of 2570, it will be breaking down towards 2380, somewhere here. Okay, that's where I'm expecting this corrective structure to finish. Again, what I've just told you is the plan for the next 2.5 months. Okay, now that 2.5 months could turn out to be even further down, because looking at this from here, it started in May. And since May, it started to go to the downside all the way till October. So we are looking at pretty much like 5 months here. Okay. Could that happen here? Right? Look at this, what market has done here. So this drop has happened in January, February starting, pushed to the upside, came back down here and barely broken this bottom here, then going back to the upside. Can the market do that? Very, very possible. If that will be the case, you know what market is going to do for the next few weeks and for the next few months. This is what we are seeing at the moment. Now, you could ask me, T, is it ready to go to the upside to take the top? I don't think so. Why not? Because of the structure being broken down, because of the fundamentals not supporting as of now due to Trump speculation of ending these wars. There is a likelihood that the gold is about time to go for a slightly major pullback. Because remember, we have been going up so far since the last October. Okay. And it's been 1 year now since market has been just pushing up. Okay. Nothing goes in straight line. I hope that makes sense for you. Again, during these months and during these weeks, we'll be letting you know what levels we are expecting a reaction. Now, that was the bigger picture. Now, let's have a look at what market can do in this week. Corrective structure here. Coming back again, just filling this gap situation here. One more push up. And if market has done that, somewhere around this 2720 again, it can break down, go back up, then break down. It's not going to come back down as if like, in a straight line. When something goes to the upside for a long, long time, to come to the downside, like I'll give you an example, very, very good example actually. Look at this. Can you see this drop here? This is a great drop in the history of pound. Okay, came down from 2.02 all the way to 1.34. Okay, that's a great drop, and since then market has been just moving in that zone, never tapped that. 2027. Now, before that happened, can you see how many months market has been moving here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months before market dropped. So do not just think like, after all of this, it's in one day can come back down. It doesn't work like that. Okay. It needs big players to get together to drop a thing. And that drop was not just merely a drop, any, just random drop. It took them, like I said to you, 7 months to drop this. Okay. So hope that makes sense for you guys to plan for your trades on this one. Silver. Now, silver, again, it's a similar one as well for me. It's a complete 5-wave structure here. Now, what I was expecting market to just extend this wave, instead it actually started to give us this consolidation. This was a clear one anyway. When I saw this one going slowly to the upside, this was the move to the downside happening. Now, at this point, market started to extend this wave here. It will be doing this for one more break. As I've said to you last Wednesday as well, it will be taking some time. Let the market take this bottom and this bottom. Then we'll see the push to the upside, how fast this can go to the upside. US oil also, this is a consolidation. Let the market crawl slowly to the downside. 16.9 somewhere around in this zone. If you get a buy setup, that would be a decent one for this to be a corrective structure in the middle. Push to the upside. Then you can expect market to go for another 5-wave structure to the downside if they want to. Okay. But for now, 69 is the next reaction level for a push up. XPT from 1050 started to go to the downside. This down wave is pretty much still in the making. Corrective structure break to the downside. 950 is the next reaction level. It should give us the push to the upside very, very soon, coming above 1000 from 950. Nat gas is your last trade of this week. Again, if you're looking for a buy setup, you're on the right track. Let the market gives you a push to the upside. Breakdown gives you something like this, and that's your trade to tap this top minimum in this week. Okay, that's your commodities. Let's have a look at the indices. SXY. Now, SXY is going to take some time here. Again, this push to the upside has messed up a little. One more drop before starting to go to the upside here. It's going to take some time, guys. So again, I'm not really going to be worried about this one, as it's going to be messing around up and down, up and down. So as long as you're sticking to the setups that I gave you on the chief, you'll be fine. JXY, on the other hand, if it gives you a corrective structure, go for it. This is going to be a push to the upside. Minimum is going to go test these two tops. Best case scenario, tapping this top as well. 68 next reaction level if it's going to be an ideal scenario. CXY is going to be consolidating. Need some more time here. Going to the upside. Let the market test this top. Yes, 10 years bond yield. Bond yield also needs some more time. Corrective structure, one more break. It will be coming towards 4.1 and 4.05 zone somewhere here. Then we'll see the reaction. Years 30 also have got some more upside here. Again, I am expecting market to give me a reaction from 44.2. That is a precise reaction from this level. If you look for a sell, might not be a bad idea to go for a sell here, because that sell can actually start for a drop, and that drop can be actually a very decent one as well. Now, again, if market does not give you a reaction at 44.2 and start to give you consolidation, put it to break even. The worst case scenario for you would be a small profit, not even a loss, small profit. Nasdaq is also pretty much, again, keep an eye on this one. US30, as soon as US30 taps 44.2, see where this is, and you can start to look for your sell setup as well. It is going to eventually clear this gap. Similar for this one as well. See what market does when this US30 is at 44.2, and then start to look for your sells. Prior to that, do not look for a sell, please. Russell 2000 also has gone to the upside. It is going to go and test the stop. Let the market do that. Then only we can expect a reaction to the downside. FTSE is pretty much ready. Please look for a buy in this week, because for me, this reaction is pretty much, and this structure is pretty much done. Now, anytime it can start to go for a push to the upside, and that push needs to minimum test the stop here. And that is your trade of the month. DAX, similar one for this one. This is going to be a slightly messier breakdown, testing one more time this break here. Remember, it does not need to break that. It can just simply do something like this and then go back up. But again, even if it does that, do not freak out. It will still be going to the upside to test this stop and precisely 19.8. Japan 225, pretty much ready to go to the upside to test this stop here. Look for a buy in this week. HSI needs some time. It can be doing something like this, testing this bottom once more before market goes to the upside. Let the market come back into this zone 19.3 somewhere here. If that happens, do not miss the buy here. Aussie 200 also, it's going to give you one more push to the upside, minimum tapping 83.5, best case scenario tapping the top as well. Nifty needs some more time here. This consolidation could well be this expansion pullback, one more break, testing this bottom, then starting a slightly bigger consolidation here. That was your indices. Let's have a look at the cryptos. BTC, as I've said to you, BTC is heading towards 87,000. All what I need is market to tap above 80,000, come back down for a corrective structure, something similar like this, and then keep pushing to the upside. 87,000 is the next reaction level. Ethereum was expected to come back up towards 2,900. As you can see here, market shot up towards that, breaking this stop, and this stop as well. And now it's just going to keep going to the upside. Now, if market goes to the upside and breaks this level here, 33.5, 34, and consolidate, it's going to go and take the stop. Okay. BNB, all of them, Solana, Cardano, XRP, AVAX, all of them looks bullish to me for the rest of this month. BCH as well, it's heading to tap this stop here and further upside even to test the stop as well. Shiba is also going to the upside. This is pretty much at what level it is, still having, it's 24466. I'm expecting this one to actually double from the current level. Okay. So again, all these coins, keep holding on to them until the end of this month. You will be in profit. There's no question. You'll be making decent money. But then at the same time, I want you all to actually plan for your exit strategy towards the end of this month, towards the mid of next month. Nvidia is also, as I've said to you previously, it is heading towards 160. It's going to go to the upside here. Let the market do that. And 160 is going to be the next reaction level. Apple heading towards 240 and above. This is a decent corrective structure. Anytime it can push to the upside to 240. Microsoft is heading to take this stop here. Any pullback would be your chance for one more push up. Google has got potential for one more break, making something like this before it goes to the upside. Tesla was expected to go to the upside to take this stop and this stop and eventually this stop as well. Market did do that. It has some more upside. 340 is the next reaction. Again, if you're in the buys above 340, I want you to be just looking at the reaction. If anything is going to happen, it will have to be at this level, 340 and above. Until market goes and breaks 340, it's not going to do anything. Anytime it breaks down, it will be tapping 340. Meta is also, it is pretty much was expected to go and tap 600. Market tapped very close to that. Let the market go and take the stop once more before we look for a reaction. Amazon was expected to go and tap the stop. Market did do that. From this level onwards, we are wait for now. Baba still has some more downside. Let the market clear this gap here. Then we'll look for a buy setup. Buy do the same. It will be coming back into this zone 85. See the reaction then. Russian index, again, as I've said to you previously, it will be going to the upside to test the top. Any pullback will be your chance to get back in. It is heading to test this top precisely towards 3,000 and above. Chinese yuan against the ruble. This is going to also take some time here before it goes to the upside. That is pretty much all your pairs and all of that. Okay. Um, any questions? Please put it down before we head over towards the requested part. Gabriel, hi, can you explain US 30, please? Gabriel, we have done that. If you have missed it, please watch the recording. I believe this question was before I've actually gone to the US 30. Good afternoon, Professor Teague. Thank you, Zahir. Good afternoon to you as well. Francisco, hello. Do you see the Aussie dollar go to the 68 level on the next phase push up, which is a okay retracement level? Yes, Francisco, very possible. I do believe 67.5 is on the cards for now. I need to see the strength above this level here, above this. If market consolidates above this, the next reaction is going to be breaking this top here, 67.6. Chris, there is an article saying that the Russian President Putin will not abandoning the US dollar. This is after Donald Trump won US election. This means that the new world order is dead, or US dollar will still dominate as a reserve currency. Your thoughts about this? Thank you, Tay. Chris, good way of thinking, but it's too early for us to actually, think about that. Because remember, like I said to you, it's easy to say things when you're out of the office. When you are in those shoes, things change. And when things are changing, like for example, if Donald Trump is not going to charge tax on the overtime or any of these tax, breaks he's given, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the economy, which means you're already under trillions of dollar debt. You're going to add up onto the debt, which means eventually it needs to break out of that carpet. When that happens, you're going to see the impact on all the departments of the government. When that happens, people are going to get vulnerable if they are holding the dollars, and that could still be the case that the new order would be in play. Again, it's too early to say or decide anything like that. If you ask me this in the next 6 months, I might be able to give you a decent, insight into that. But for now, this is my 2 cents on that. Demo on New Zealand CAD. Why do you see one more push up for it? Why was the last push up not considered as a C wave? Very good question. Let's have a look. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this could be that the market has completed this push to the upside, and that could be called as a corrective structure. That might well be the case if market gives me a corrective structure. Like I said, every time market is going to go and break this bottom here, if it breaks this bottom here, this will complete this corrective structure for me, which means I need to have another push to the upside. And usually what happens, I'll give you an example. With the New Zealand CAD, they are very, very famous with the regular flats and expanding flats. Look at this. This is an impulse. You got a correct impulse down here. What market has done is broken this bottom, shot up. Okay. You would see a lot of the time market is doing similar sort of stuff like that. Impulse, correction, impulse, breaking the top, completing the expansion, broke down. Okay. Now this time, let's say if market does that again once more, it would be an impulse, correction, impulse. That's an expansion within this wave going down here. And you could just be simply finishing this before market goes and completes this. And then we can expect one break. Does that make sense, Damien? Francisco, low, do you think the New Zealand yen? Low for the New Zealand yen, it could be the lowest it could go would be somewhere in this zone here, 90, somewhere here. Okay. Gia, hello T. Can you please have a look at these cheesecake mRNA QCOM ARK? Yes, we'll do that, Gia, once I'll finish your questions. Marcia, where to take profit for the XRP? What levels, please? Let's have a look at the XRP level. XRP, I do anticipate this one going towards upside, potentially taking this top here, 74 and above. Then we'll see the reaction. It can even take this top as well. Because remember, the bigger picture can potentially even keep pushing to the upside to test this top here. After that, if it consolidates, it will be heading to test this top as well. John, thank you, T. Brilliant. Jost, hi, T. Can you see that the bull run on the crypto continue till 2025? Indeed, it does. Again, the first quarter of 2025 would be the critical one where I'm expecting market to do something that could actually change the course for this bull run. Marcia, yes, we'll do these ones. Hi, T, I have to leave, but could you please check the Boeing? Yes, Ridmo will do that. What is the relationship between the 30-year bond US and the interest rate? Sophie, it's a very broad topic. Please remind me that this topic I need to actually start in the first part of the, when I'm actually going through the geopolitics. Now, just to give you a bit of a, insight onto this one, when you have a bond rate, dollar and interest rate is totally different. So 30 years bond rate, 10 years bond rate, 5 years bond rate, all of these are bonds, government bonds. Now, if you have an interest rate increasing, the people who are holding these bonds, they tend to get more money holding these bonds. Okay. When you are actually reducing this, for example, I'll give you an example. Last week, you saw that what market has done here, that Feds have reduced the interest rate, and look what the reaction is on the bond market. It has gone to the downside. Why? Because people who are holding these bonds, they will get less interest, less profit. Okay? That's the inverse relation. Hope that makes sense, Sophie. That's just a summary that I mentioned it to you. Can you list AI stock? Basil, there are so many at the moment. I suggest you, all of you, just go and Google like AI stocks only. Just Nvidia is one of them, by the way. Yeah, Nvidia. So this is the one stock that I'm holding because the AI industry is based mainly on these chips that Nvidia is making. So you don't want to just be going for AI as such. What you need to be going is like earlier, somebody was saying about the data centers, the basics behind these AI models, basics behind these AI technology. You need to hold that base. Then only you'll be able to actually make a lot of money. Okay. Share current price is 24, just to be sure it's the correct ticker. Okay, thank you, Belor. I'll double check them. Mendy, GMT, could you include HSY? Yes, we'll do that. Yes, thanks, brilliant. Francisco, thank you. Let me confirm this one again. When the yen indexes rises, I believe that the Japanese yen would decline. That is correct. But does that mean Japan 225 would actually rise? Japan 225 is basically what you're really looking at is the opposite of, it's a bond market. It's the JGBs basically, right? So when the yen index rises, which means when you're expecting, it's not a yen index, it's the interest rate. When the interest rate rises, the bond market goes down because this is a JGB, that Japan 225, Japanese government bonds. Okay. So the yen index is pretty much the same. Okay. So what you need to be understanding is if the yen goes to the upside, index rises, it is because the interest rate can be going to the upside. It is because that unemployment rate is actually under control. And that puts a pressure for the, for the country's bank, central bank. And when they increase the interest rate, the Japan 225 goes down. Okay. This is the simplest version, like I said to you, just to make it quickly for you guys. Because if I start the topic of this one, it at least take me half an hour to go into this one. Farhan, do you see a $100 drop from 2720, 2720 to 2620 in gold this week on the US CPI day? Farhan, very possible. If that will be the case, I'll let you know on Wednesday update. Mr. T, after this crypto bull run, shall I convert to USDT or USDC? I would go for USDC, okay? Because remember, the idea, Shanti, is to make sure once we convert into any of these stable coins, we need to get into the cash model. Means we need to actually take out that money so we can inject into the stock or funds market. Okay, that's the idea. So you need to have a liquid cash. Your comments on the below, the Trump effect 72 hours after winning the 2024 election. First female chief of staff appointed. NYC to stop giving debit cards to illegals. US companies bringing production home. Stock market hitting all-time highs. Bitcoin hitting all-time highs. Newest immigrant caravan breaking up. Qatar agrees to evict Hamas leader. Hamas wants immediate end to war. Taliban claims to want new chapter. China wants peaceful coexistence. Russia is ready to speak with the US. EU wants to buy US gas, not Russian gas, Ukraine leader in talks with Trump alone. That is all what is happening, Farhan. Very good insight in the 72 hours. As I've said to you, Trump, being Trump, word knows him. He's a impulsive leader. Okay. And when he takes the decision, he does not think about how the relationship is going to be between the US and the counterparty. That's why everybody's trying to save their back. But let's be honest, at the moment, dollar is a reserve currency. I don't care, like, what is going to be the new world order. What I'm saying is everybody thinks about what is really happening right now. Okay. So all of this, what you're seeing at the moment, everybody, Russia, if it's ready to speak with US, it's their stake in that. Why? Because if Trump takes off the sanctions from Russia, their businesses will actually start to grow massively. EU wants to buy US gas just so they know that Trump is not pro EU and he's going to actually, do some sort of tax increments on EU, imports and exports, right? Ukraine leader is in talks because he knows he wants money, right? So all of these that you're seeing at the moment is everybody's trying to safeguard their stake of the country, okay? And that is a normal reaction from a good leaders, okay? Because like I said to you, everybody's thinking that this is going to happen. Now, once we see that Trump is in the office, and if he sees that I have a lot of burden of debt that I need to pay off, and if I keep giving the taxes, breaks to people, it's not going to happen. And if I'm kicking out all the illegals from the country, can I make money from this? If I cannot make money from this, can I stop the benefits at least for to save up the money for the US to pay off some of the debts? So he needs to balance everything here. So as I've said to you, everybody's after their own interest here. Okay? We will see what will happen once Trump goes into the office. Shanti, please look into the Nike. Yes, Shanti will do that. High T Caterpillar provides some high level direction on of global industrial scenario and oil transportation stocks. Provide global demand. Based on it, do you think recession is on the table? Regardless, recession is on the table. Remember, it's not something that anybody would be doing to trigger that recession. It is something that has to happen to balance the market. Okay. If look at this, we have everything in front of us. Now, with the Bitcoin itself, can you see that the Bitcoin, when the market has been going to the upside here, when the market has been going to the upside here, if this didn't happen, this would never happen. This impulse would never come. Why? Because market needs to grab some more buyers to give the opportunity if market didn't do something like this here and ETF didn't get approved at this point in time, we might actually be still going for some sort of a corrective structure here, which means we need something like this to build faith in the investors for this to happen. Okay. And now at this point in time, we are at the all-time high in the stock market. We need to have this in order for this to happen. Now, could that be the trigger for anything? Could that be the collapse of banks? Could that be that the Trump does some few decisions here that could actually put a lot of pressure on the economy and it overheats? Could that trigger this recession? Very possible. But the question is, after this, do we have this? That is definitely coming. Okay? And that is your opportunity. This is merely to balance things. This is how the dynamics of this universe works. Richard Brown, everything is transactional. Absolutely, it is. As I've said to you, everybody is after their own stake. This is how the world works. And, blaming one leader or another would not be wise because every single leader in any things that you have said earlier, Farhan, you should be able to see that every person in this decision is after their own stake. Okay, because they wanted to make sure that they keep on getting the benefits that they've been getting, or if they're not getting the benefit, in the future they will be getting the benefits. Okay. Right, that is pretty much most of your question answered. Please put your request down. Let me just go back and add your requests, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so where did we stop for the requests? Right, okay, I think this is the GS one, so let's add this cheesecake. Cheesecake Factory. Okay, I believe this would be the one. Gia, remind me if it's not the one, but I do believe this could be the one that I should be looking at. mRNA. Where to take, okay, that's fine. We have done that. Okay, GE.US. Okay, seems like this is the one. GE Aerospace. General Electric. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did have that previously, but now I don't know what happened to this one. Seems like this is not really there anymore. So we do not have General Electric for the US anymore here. Mercia, have a look at it. MCHP, VLO. Okay. Boeing, we can add it. Adidas, INGA. Just to be sure it's correct ticker. Okay, MRK dot DE. EAYN. Right, okay. Good morning to you. Could you please include DVN? Let's do that. HSY, HD, EL, HOD, K, MBLY, K, Nike, ADO, Oil, Holo. I think we have done that, but let's just double check that. No, we didn't do this. So this probably would be the coin DJT. Okay. Dogecoin, we can do that. CGPT crypto. Okay. SGD, MYR, KSPX, 6900. Dodge Raja, we have done that. PLTR, we can double check that. SMCI, MU, effect, IT, NESN, Pepe, thank you, Bafula, reminding me. SIA, please check XPEV, Cheesecake. Oh, right. Okay, it's a coin, right? No, NASDAQ. Okay, thank you. Brilliant. Mara, AMD, SMCI, we have added Colina Group and Adistobot. Let's have a look at that one. Bert, can you please tell me what is the ticker for these ones? Colina Group, which one is it? Adi, I believe we can get it from here. MSTR, Sophie, PLTR, we have done that. Neo. NVIDIA results are on November the 20th. Do you think it will be in correction move before that to prepare for an up move after results? Krishna, very possible. If market has already tapped 160 prior to that, then we are going for a slightly deeper pullback. But if not, and if market consolidates before the 160 tap, then the push to the upside is going to be way above 161. Okay. Okay. So it will be the .de. .de. Which one is that? Holo stock. Yes, Shanti will add that one as well. Um, wow, one.de. Let's do this. I can't really see that one, Mercia. I'm not sure where you're seeing that one, but this ticker is pretty much the only one I have. So I'll just add this one anyway. If not this, then probably would be this one. That's the only two tickers that should be for the Volkswagen. Yeah, so it's 70 per piece. Yeah, so 87.15 is what I can see at the moment. So D05. And there you go. And the hollow is a stock. Perfect. I think that's decent number of stocks and your requests. Let me just have a look at them. And if there is anything else left, we can bring it next week. Okay? Moderna. Yeah, this still has to go to the downside just to clear this gap here. Pullback, one more drop is likely. 35 next reaction level. Qualcomm. Qualcomm is consolidating at the moment. This consolidation would need some more time here before it goes to the upside. I do see this one going and tapping the stop here eventually. But again, this structure does not look like it's ready to push up until market gives me something like this here. ARKK. Yeah, this is pretty much going to tap the top here. Any pullback means one more push to the upside. General Electric. Yeah, this also needs one more drop here. This corrective structure would need to be slightly deeper, probably coming somewhere around this order block zone before it goes to the upside. MCHP. This will be going to the upside. There's no question. Even if it breaks this bottom here, it will be really good to the upside here. Again, it's a microchip technology as well. As I've just mentioned, it will be the one these technologies will be pushing to the upside. So this is a good one to the upside. It will be tapping the stop here, 90. Then we'll see the reaction. VLO. This has some more upside. Let the market tap this stop here. Any pullback just to cover the gap, pushing right back up after. Boeing. This is also going to the upside here. Again, it's a consolidation that is still in the making at the moment here before it comes back down here. EGL day. Yep, EGLD have already taken the bottom here. Now it is ready to go to the upside. As I've said to you last week as well, below this bottom here, anytime market goes, that's your push to the upside. Any pullback means one more push up, minimum tapping the top, best case scenario heading for this. Adidas. Adidas is also taking some time here. This probably would need some more time here. Corrective structure, one more break, push right back up and then break down. Okay, because this structure needs to take some more time for me. INGA. This is going to be a corrective structure, break to the downside, testing this top and potentially even breaking this before it goes back up. Then going back down and then go back up would be the one structure that I can see here. MRK. MRK also has got one more break. Let the market test this bottom here, pull back, break down before it goes back up, if it wants to go back up. BAYN. This still has some more downside. I can see this one pulling back and breaking down further. This is not done with the momentum yet. Let the market come in this zone somewhere here, 21. See the reaction there. DVN. This is going to be taking more time here. It's heading to test its bottom here. Pull back, breaking down, testing the bottom. Somewhere below this level here, market needs to talk to you. For now, it is a downside. I believe it is going to take some more time towards the end of this year, towards the downside. HSY. HSY is pretty much ready to go for upside here. Again, minimum I'm expecting a corrective structure here, similar looking like minimum this here. Best case scenario, something looking like this here. Okay, but upside. HD. HD also needs some more time here. This is going to go further upside, something like this, and then a break to the downside after. EL. My EL looks really good. If I were to choose any of the stocks out of the ones that I've already done, this is pretty much ready to go to the upside again. It has completed the 5-wave structure for me. in this last wave here, it's just an extension happening here. Anytime it can start to go to the upside. Minimum testing this top, best case scenario testing this top as well. So again, for me, if I were to choose any of the stocks so far, this is my choice. That's your corrective structure happened already. This is a complete corrective structure here. One more push to the downside here for a push to the upside after. MBLY. A pullback is due anytime. Something like this. Cheryl, yes. If you see the EL would have a better financials, structurally this is making sense. Okay, I can double check the financials for you quickly. So dividend is fine. PE ratio, let's see what is happening. It's going above. PS ratio is going down. We have our net margins coming down as well from 2001. Our revenue is stable above 15 billion. Our net income has actually dropped. So again, it seems like they are actually over leveraging at the moment. And earnings per share is also breaking down. Dividend yield has been going to the upside. Debt level has been going to the upside as well. So it seems like they have been paying much more than they should have been paying, just so until the company is actually, in a stable condition. But for me, I can see that their liabilities are less and their assets are more when the market is actually showing you some sort of financial strength. At the same time, you see the structures having a potential. All it takes is for them to actually have a one good idea to get back into their shoes. Okay. Nike. They should be going to the upside again, even if market wants to go further downside. I do anticipate something like this breaking down and then it can go to the upside after, with this being a 5-wave structure in the middle. So again, anytime after breaking this bottom here, it can start to give you a push to the upside, minimum as a corrective structure. EDU. EDU is also ready to go to the upside for me. This structure has pretty much finished. Again, you got a correction, breakdown, and then after that, you can expect one more push up. Oil. The way market is going to the downside here, this is ending structure. Okay, when the market does that, that is your sign that very soon the trend is about to reverse. Okay, so just bear that in mind, and I can see this one going to the upside very soon. DT has some more upside. Let the market pull back a bit more here. This could be a potential structure. If market wants to go up from here, it can give you an impulse starting this week. If it does not do that and instead going slowly to the upside, it will break down a bit more, coming into this territory somewhere here below 50, and then it can go back up after. DGT. This looks like this is going to take some more time here. It will be giving you a correction, pushing up, breaking down, and then starting a slightly bigger one before it comes back down. So you will be in here for the good 6 months here. CGPT. This is a consolidation again. It can keep going to the upside. With this being a correction in the middle, you have an impulse. You will be getting another impulse to test the stop here. Dogecoin. Dogecoin has been shooting up. It will be heading to test this stop here. Again, at this level, I need a corrective structure. That correction would be your chance to get this top here again. Okay. So again, keep an eye on this one here. If it's a corrective structure, you know what's happening. SJDMYR. Right, this will be heading back down further. Again, corrective structure here, breakdown, pullback, breakdown. I do see this one actually coming back here. And again, in the best case scenario, even testing this gap as well before going to the upside. SPX USDT. Yeah, this is a clear corrective structure here. What I need. Okay. PLTR. PLTR is not going to back down yet. Wait until it actually, this is a corrective structure. I did say that to you last week as well. Clear one and market shot up, pull back, one more push up will be likely again for me. Anytime market needs to give me something like this, okay? Because I have got a 5-wave structure already now before market start to give me something like this. SMCI, this needs to pull back. Corrective structure going up here, clearing this gap here would be the case. I can see here. MU, MU has some more time that it needs to spend here. This is going to be corrective structure, push up, taking this top here, breaking down once more, testing this gap here before it goes back up. Nestle, Nestle has broken down with the expansion. I do not see any momentum to the upside yet. Again, even if it has completed these 5-wave structures here, still the extension in this wave is not done yet for me because it looks like very sharp. It needs to give me ending structure in order for this one to go to the upside. So it's going to take some time. Wait until. Pape coin, let's have a look at that. This is heading up to test this top here and eventually this top as well. Above these tops here, I need to see this one correcting at the moment. It does seem like these are the clear 5-wave structures for me. So again, if market wants to go further upside, it will need to break this top, come back down here before pushing up. SIA, this is not a clear structure, but let me just give you the clear structure, whatever I can see from here. Okay. This is a consolidation at the moment, and any time market is going to do something like this. Okay. XPEV, this is heading up, further upside, pull back, one more push up. It's not done yet for the upside. It is heading to test this 17 level. Then we'll see the reaction. Cake. Cake needs to come back down here a little bit more, pull back, breaking down, clear this gap here. Then it's going to go back up here, come back down once more, making something like this here. That would be ideal for a push to the upside. Mara, Mara is heading up to test this top here. Again, let the market give you some more pullback here for a push to the upside. Next reaction is going to be 21 and above. AMD, AMD is pretty much ready to get to the upside here again. For me, this is a clear corrective structure for a push to the upside. any pullback here, and I need this to be a sharp push to the upside. If it slows down, get out, because this will be a 5-wave structure before market goes to the upside. 9ES. This is going to take some time. It is in a consolidation here. This could last quite a bit more. One drop, going back up, coming back down, going back up, then coming back down before it goes back up. All in all, it will be something like this here. And then go back up. Okay. Master, MSTR. This was a good one. Still has some more upside. Any pullback? One more push to the upside. Next level will be 300. Sophie. Sophie has also shot up again. It's not done yet. It will be keep pushing to the upside. Let the market go tapping this 16. Then we'll see what reaction we have in there. Neo. Neo still needs some more time here. This reaction is going to be something like this. Breakdown once more. There is a clear fair value gap that market needs to take before it goes to the upside. Volkswagen. Let the market test this bottom here. Until then, it's just going to keep messing around. DBS. This needs to come down very, very soon here, because this has gone quite a bit up here. Even if it goes to the upside, it will still be coming back down, something similar for this. Hello. This is pretty much going to the down. The good thing is this is losing momentum while it is going to the downside here. Usually what happens is when the market does something like this, that happens. Okay, so just keep an eye on this one. Again, the fundamentals needs to make sense, especially for this one micro cloud hologram. Look at the asset beta for this one. Okay. Right, that is pretty much most of your requests done. Win Haiti, any views on the gold on the lower time frame for Monday, Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday, it's a push to the upside, correction, push up. Joel, hi, Professor. I'm sorry I left due to bad connection. Did you talk about the chief yen in details? Can we hold it to the high if we get a buy setup? Joel, I did speak about that one, 172 first, and then from 172 all the way to the upside towards 180 and above would be the ideal scenario. So for now, it's a down, then push to the upside from 172 if we get a buy setup. Cheryl, regarding EL, would you check the financials first or no? Yes, we definitely would, and I did do that, Cheryl. Great, good day, T. Kindly analyze copper in 1 hour. Let me quickly do that, and then we'll end this one. Let's have a look for the copper. Right, copper needs to give me a push to the upside. It is pretty much ready. This is an impulse. This is an impulse. When market does something like this, you expect something like this, come back down and then push back up. Okay, so again, it's going to take in this week, push up, breaking down, taking that bottom, and then push right back up after. Now that was pretty much all your questions answered and all your requests looked at. Look, let me just summarize the trades of the week for you before we call it a day. Pound Oz is going to be your first trade of the week. Again, if market gives you this, that's your trade. Put your stop loss here, and that's your trade minimum here. Best case scenario here. Aussie Chief is going to be the next one. Again, let the market pull back here and break down. Once market has done this and this, then look for a buy. That buy needs to go up, taking this stop, and best case scenario, taking this stop as well. The third one, which is going to be the nat gas. Again, a pullback, a break to the downside, coming very close to this level here, and then a push to the upside to take the top would be your trade of this week. Now, all of these that I've mentioned, please make sure you take only maximum 1% risk.
More than that, if you take it, it will be not wise. I wouldn't suggest you, at this point in time. Again, if you get 1%, 2% profit, take the profit and get back in again until the target hits. Okay. With that note, I shall see you next Sunday. The recording for the Wednesday will be uploaded to your dashboard before 10 a.m. Good luck, trade with care, and goodbye.